There we go. Sweet. Now you can. Okay, people. How are we doing? Good to be back, baby. Good to be back. Good to be back with all of you. Do I sound okay? Sound? Can you hear me okay? Oh, there is sound. I just realized my what's up, Kim Sue? I see you. Yeah, it's just my headphones aren't connected. So I can't hear myself, which is fine. You guys can hear me. At least I think you can, and you better not be trolling. Aldo's fun. Yeah, very valid. Very valid. I will be catching up with you in just a second. I'm just gonna get my community post rolled out. Just so everyone knows we're live. 2 seconds, people. My keyboard just doesn't want to work sometimes. I need to get a new one. It's like double tapping my letters for me. Okay. We're good. We're good. Where you guys at? Where you guys gone? I saw you a minute ago. Now I've lost my stream tab. Happens too often, man. Happens way too often. Right. I'll be back with you. I'll be back with you. Look, you guys already flowing in here. Come on, YouTube. Play ball with me. There we go. That's up, people. Nice vids. Thank you very much. Very appropriate name with a very appropriate profile picture. I appreciate the kind words, man. And we should be Forest. We need to. We must do, Kim Sue. I very much agree. Very much so. What's up, George? Early one for you today. And I just realized I'm not centered for you guys at all. So I'm going to... There we go. A bit better, right? That's a bit better. Well, there's an annoying ass spot right here. Look at that shit. Killing my vibe today. But we're here. We're here. I'm a little bit ill today. Can't lie. To be honest, I'm actually okay now. I was better now than I was. I was way worse earlier today. You can probably still hear it in my voice like a little bit. It's just a sort of grindiness. Griminess? That's not a word. You know what I mean. Coarseness. The vocal cords, which isn't great. But, you know, I feel a little bit better. Popped up the paracetamol. We're back on it. And I want to be here for you guys. You know, I didn't want to miss today. So, we try. But I'll do my best. I'll do my best. I'm going to try and keep up the energy. I just got some caffeine down me. Pop the paracetamol. And we're just going to fight through it, you know. I'm going to act like it doesn't exist. West Ham want to make me cry. That referee was horrific, though. I didn't watch the game. But I heard Bowen scored a good one. Grizzly Bear or Silverback? That's the question. I think that's a harder question than the 100 men question. I think the 100 men one's easy. I think 100 men clear over Silverback easily. Some will die, but they would win. But the Grizzly Bear versus the Silverback. I'm inclined to go with the Grizzly Bear. I mean, how much does an average Grizzly weigh? I mean, it depends on the weight, really. A Grizzly Bear is about 270 kg, and I think I'm pretty sure an average Silverback is about 250, right? They're like 135 to 220. So yeah, they are a bit smaller. So I would probably go the bear, to be honest with you. I would go the bear. What's up, Bush? Good to have you back, man. I'm okay, man. I'm as I said, a little bit ill. And I really was really bad earlier today, but we perked up a bit, so we're okay. Ricky, what's up, man? You're not letting go of that, are you? Not letting go of it. I got A-level paper 2 tomorrow. Can I get your blessing? I still don't know why you call me Dylan. I still don't get it. If you say my name right, then yeah, you'd get it. I mean, what paper? Is that maths? Maths paper 2? I remember doing that. What's up, Astro? Good to have you. Welcome back, man. Uno Deji solos both the Grizzly Bear and the Gorilla. Yeah, he clears. Doesn't need to out cardio, just kill it. I mean, I think the skin would be too thick for the Gorilla to really get through. And the Gorilla's more of a mauling. It's like more of a blunt force trauma kind of, you know, it would whack you, right? It would bite you as well, sure, but that's not going to do a huge amount to the bear. If it's trying to bash you over the head and stuff, I don't know, man. The bear's heavy. You can't be moved around like that. It's not the same rules for a bear as it is a human, so I don't know. Kim Soo, I agree, man. It's the bare minimum. Did I see John sniffing guys in Thailand? No, I did not, bro. That's the first time hearing of it, man. What would we use if we didn't have toilet paper? Well, they used to use the sponge on a sticks, so I'd go with that because that's factually accurate. So something like that. I'm trying to make sure I can get my music on without getting copyright claimed. Yeah, if I'm listening to Quedeca, I could actually play it out because he doesn't have copyright. You're allowed to play his music for free, which is kind of great. Maybe I'll do that one of these days. Maybe not today, but I don't want to listen just to him. I got some other shit on my playlist I want, man. Bear takes it out and eats it. I think so. I think the bear will just grind him out. Can I get the blessing now? Okay, fair enough. A-level ancient history. I didn't even know that was a course. Bears, that's a course. Fair enough. Yeah, you get my blessing for that. I used to love learning about the gods and shit back in like primary school. And I also like the game Hades, which is along those lines, and that's great. So, still have some kind of affinity towards it. You have my full blessing. Is that GCSE or is that A level? Surely they don't do an A level course for that, right? Maybe they do. Maybe it's a new thing. I don't remember that. I mean, it wasn't an option at my school for either, so that was a while ago now. Imagine cleaning that sponge. Yeah, bro, you'd be doing that. You'd be doing that. I enjoy the hell out of watching two bears fight. You say I enjoy as if you do it as if it's a pastime, which scares me somewhat. So I don't know how I feel about that, George. Let me just change the subject of the stream to my coronation as Discord Emperor. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, bro. Did I not get back to you? I'm so sorry if I didn't. Yeah, I didn't, bro. I'm so sorry about that. I saw your fucking message. I do apologize. Genuinely, the reason I did is because I opened it and I said, cool, I had work. And I said, I'll respond to it after work. And then because the notification disappeared, it was kind of just out of sight, out of mind. So I do apologize. I will keep this open so I respond to you right after stream. All right. Apologies. We'll sort that out, man. But I don't know about Emperor. That's a little bit of a tall claim, man. You watch JG2? Yeah, I know his videos, man. Friend of the channel. Not really, but I try and, be cordial with most people, so he may as well be a friend of the channel. I don't really watch him, though. It's just more of a case of, like, I don't watch a lot of MMA YouTubers, as I say, because I'm just surrounded by the game, Any news on the Minecraft stream? Did I ever announce it? You don't watch Bears for fun? No, not particularly. We're getting Astros mod. That is potential. Fighting words, Astro. I can't lie. Don't know if I can back some of that dialogue you're using there. Good news is, video is not far off finished. I mean, there's still a lot to do. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Again, got some good shifting today. Gonna do more after this stream. And yeah, it's coming nicely. Should be out sometime next week. I'm gonna try and get out before Friday because I just want to get it a bit of an earlier release. Give me a bit more free time for the rest of the week to do some other shit. But if not, it'll be done for Friday. I usually end up underestimating these things massively, as I have done. So apologies, but it's coming. It's banging. It's coming. I'd like to think. Listen, it's not one of those. As I said before, I made clear with the video style it is. It's not a really cinematic project. So there's less of these fight sequences and stuff like that. I mean, that's just with intention because it's more of a deep dive, encyclopedic, complete look at each era of the UFC, right? So it's a lot more in-depth, thought-provoking kind of content, rather than, the sort of merging cinematic feel I do, But you'd like it. You'll like it, guys. It's very thorough. I like to think I cover most of the bases. There's always more stuff I could do, but sometimes it's just not necessary. You watch human fights with no bears. That's valid, actually. Sammy, I don't know if I said hello to you, but if I haven't, there you go, my man. How you doing, brother? It's good to have you back. How many more press conferences will Tapori make about Islam ducking him? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's playing the game. Extreme reacts. What have you got for me? Decision to strip Jones on his belt. I'm not going to sign it because these things don't do anything. But I am curious to see how many signatures it's had. Wow, 6,233. That's crazy. If you're not, fair enough. I respect that. Oh, there's my strip tab. I have to drag it back over. There we go. Discord got suspended until 2027. Turkish is in charge until my comeback. What, did you get banned from Discord? Are you serious? What have you been doing, bro? Oh, shut about sneeze. We need you to break down a bear fight like it's two MMA fighters. Yeah, depends on the weight division though. Super heavyweight. Oh my god, when a sneeze is coming, it won't hit. That's how I'm feeling right now. You can see my eyes starting to just squint and die. That's where I'm at right now. Ilya's my GOAT. He's not far off there for me. Not GOAT. Okay. GOAT is exaggerating. He's one of my favorite fighters right now. We'll put it that way. Favorite food? Probably sushi, bro. I can't lie. I could eat sushi all day. If I could afford it, I would eat it. But, I mean, I could if I got it from the local supermarket, but it would taste like shit. Good sushi, is great. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. But sushi done properly is fucking divine, bro. I would eat it every day if I could. Love it. I'd probably go with that. Again, that's kind of a broad term. There's a lot of different types of sushi. But generally speaking, give me some raw tuna on some rice, a little bit of soy. Oof. Speaking my language. Double mod, I'm not sure what that even means. If Charles beats Ilya, it's up there with crazy wins like Sean beats Izzy. I think no. I mean, I understand what you mean because of the context of where they're at in their careers, where Charles is compared to Ilya is, and their trajectories. But based on the fact that Charles has been a champion, I just and was a very good one at that. I think by that definition, you can't put him in that same bracket because we know Charles' finishing pedigree. It's unbelievable. So it will be a surprise, but I don't think it would be like a complete shock that he would beat Ilya. To be honest. Because I don't think, I think the Sean versus Izzy fight is akin to something like Drickus versus Whitaker. That's a similar level. Because people were writing off these guys. Banned for saying I was 9 as a joke. Oh my God, bro. Crazy. Get yourself a new Discord account. Isn't this like the third one you're on? Why are you saying you're a 9 anyway? What is the context for that, bro? Humans are weak as hell compared to animals. Like an MMA fighter would die if he fought a grown cane Corso. What is a cane Corso? Dog. Yeah, that's pretty fair. Fair point. Mod doesn't know. No, I'm not having Conor quotes, bro. You ain't getting it if you're quoting Conor McGregor, bro. I don't believe that, Ali. George, I'm sorry, bro. Stop tweaking me out, man. You made me trip. I think that the win over Max Holloway is blown out of proportion, like Volkan Dustin did it. I disagree. I think in a lot of ways, there's loads of different factors to that. Because if you point towards Poirier's earlier win over Holloway, this was a very green Max Holloway, very young. The guy's been in the UFC for so long now, and he's only 33 now. Like he's still at this age, and he's still fighting well. So it was a very young Max. The rematch at 236 when Dustin Poirier won the interim title, I think you can make the argument there. I mean, that's a good win. But these are great wins. I don't understand. If you look at Max's pedigree and his resume, a win over him means a lot. I mean, what are we talking about here? I get you're kind of playing devil's advocate to an extent, but I mean, there's not really a defensible side of the coin, in my opinion. I think Max Holloway, a win over him is incredible because not many people have done it. And you're saying like Volkan and Dustin did it as if they're not very good fighters. You're talking about two of the best fighters to ever do it in those guys, So regardless of whether you say Dustin won an undisputed title or not, sure, he's got a better resume than 99% of champions. So, and he still was a champion. He won the interim belt. So, I don't think you using this argument as if they're bad fighters. I can't really, in good faith, back that. Humans aren't as weak as people act. Like we maul a dog. Depends on the dog, as we said. What's your star sign? I am a Pisces. Does the description match you as a person? I'd say somewhat because a Pisces is two fish. It's like two fish back opposites, and I am a twin, so I like to think there's some kind of affinity there. And I'm not someone who believes in star signs at all. It's just a connection of sorts. I don't know. I don't really know what represents a Pisces, to be honest with you. Isn't Max only lost at featherweight? Connor, Dustin, and Volk? I believe so. Unless he lost to... No, well, Topuria was at featherweight as well. So, and Topuria. And I believe he lost... No, he lost another one earlier on. He went 0-2, actually. Who beat him? Was it like Bermudez or something? That is crazy if I've pulled that out of my ass. Like Dennis Bermudez or something? Who did he lose to? Yeah, it was. I'm a fucking G, man. How the hell have I pulled that out of my ass? He lost a split decision to Dennis Bermudez. Like, he didn't go 0-2, but he lost 2 in a row to Bermudez and then Conor McGregor. Don't ever call me a casual for whipping that one out of my back pocket, alright? Basically, I got into an argument in MMA Discord about Ilya beating Oliveira. I started losing the argument, so I resorted to violence. Great. And you threatened to batter someone. They said they would batter me, so I said I was 9. Well, I think maybe it was the threatened to get battered, the threatened to batter that probably got you banned. Not that you said you were 9. Maybe both. A twin? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've said that before. I don't know. I'm scared for the Batiste game and Nottingham. Yeah, so am I, to be honest. People have got to be ready for him. Honestly, just swap out for your tin. You probably couldn't. We don't look anything alike. I'm going to be real. We really don't. We don't look anything alike, my man. So you wouldn't even look like brothers. You're a casual whipping that out. Am I? You would not have got that without looking up Monticello. Welcome to the stream, my man. But I respectfully disagree. Listen, I openly say I'm somewhat of a casual now in the sense that I don't keep up with the movements of every fighter, and I don't pretend to. I feel like a lot of people say they do and don't actually. That's the difference. I'm just open about it. Like, I watch every pay-per-view. I watch most of the fight nights. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes I have stuff going on. Sometimes I don't want to. I always watch the pay-per-views, but fight nights, you know, if Aaron Blanchfield's main eventing, with the greatest respect, I don't care that much. So, those, you know, I'm happy to be called casual. I call it, give it a term of endearment at this point. Who wins in a fight, 100 John Jones or 1 Battle Beast? Battle Beast. There's no Battle Beast would clear 10,000 Joneses. Scrimpo, welcome back, brother. What do you think of future heavyweight champion level prospects? Tommy Fury, 25 round ward victory against 700-0 knockout artist Demon. I don't want to read that out in case it's one of those, you know, trying to get me to say something dodgy, and I feel like it is one of those, so I'm not going to. And I don't know what I think about it. I would say Tommy Fury is an absolute fraud, though. Buka's second reveal, I can't lie, twin reveal for 50k. I mean, that's up to him. I mean, at this rate, I'm going to hit 50k for fucking years, bro. My growth has been shit. But that's fine. We expected it. You know, things will change. All in good time. I just need some big video ideas. That's all. I've been working, again, I'm working on, like, this is the reality is when you're working on, like, less frequently, this is kind of the payoff, the trade-off for that, you know? The subscriber growth is probably going to be slower. That's just the nature of the beast. But what I'm going to start to do is add some call to actions in the videos, telling people to subscribe, because I didn't realize how effective those actually were. I was worried about them messing up retention, but it's fine. So I'm going to start adding more of those stuff, you know? I don't know. How did I mute up there? What the fuck just happened? Yeah, I got it. Okay, cool. How did that happen? I did not press the mute button. It's on here, bro. That's crazy. My palm must have glanced it. Point is, I said, I'm going to give you a sneak peek for the thumbnail for next week. And I'm going to show it in the Discord. So you can check it out. If you're not in there, I'll send you the link. And here you go. I'll give you the invite link if you're not in there. Because you should be if you're not. What sure is that? It's an MV7, bro. Great microphone. Been trooping along for me for a good 2 years now. You think with those high-powered telescopes on his face, you see his microphone levels are off on his OBS? Okay, bro. I wasn't looking at the OBS, bro. I'm looking at YouTube chat. But thank you for the lovely, kind words. Do you think John fights Tom? No, I think he ducks him and will retire and try and bullshit his way out of there. But yeah, that's the thumbnail sneak peek for next week. If you look in the Discord, pretty cool. I had that commissioned. I love the final product. It's really nice. I've got 2 versions of it, actually, but they're pretty similar. Give me a division to match make. Women's featherweight. Do you think John... I read that. Have I finally given up on that fight? I have as well. I mean, I haven't fully. There's always the sense of level of copium in there. You know, just holding out hope a little bit, man. But I'm not... Where Jones is right now, doing side quests in Thailand, I'm not holding out any hope much. I'm holding up very little hope. But Dots, just coming back to you, man. I mean, if you're going to look into microphones to sure stuff, there's a reason everyone uses them. Is because they're damn good. You know, this mic's great. The SM7B is the proper. That's the really nice one. And I know they got some new line models out. I don't know how good they are, but I know the SM7B, and obviously I can speak firsthand for the MV7 as well. So I'm gonna subscribe if you're not careful. Cool, bro. You'll be back. So you think Jones is gay now, or are you still denying that? I never denied it. I mean, if he is, so what? Who gives a fuck? I mean, what doesn't change is that he's a piece of shit. So if he's gay or not, it doesn't matter. He's still a piece of shit. So doesn't affect me. Did do something for women's featherweight? What is it? One line? One sentence? Reason Dane doesn't strip Jones because they're lovers. That is a significant possibility at this rate. I mean, the double standards are crazy. You have guys getting booted out of the UFC, you know, for very little, doing nothing really, but because they don't pull in the numbers and have the same level of legacy and clout as John Jones, they don't get a second chance, and he does. So I just think it's funny he needed it. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I mean, who cares if he does? That's a pretty normal thing. Not saying I can relate to it, but, you know, I think he does. If Jones is gay, not only does his wife hate him, but Allah hates him too. I don't think he's a practicing Muslim, so I don't think that matters too much. Extreme reacts. I think I cooked. I'm sure. I'm waiting for this. How to fix women's featherweight? Weigh in all the women's bantamweight fighters. If the doctors deem the cut to 135 is too harsh, force them to move up. I'm not opposed to that in a lot of ways, but well, it depends. You can't just tell a champion that, you know. Sign all of those people. I'm not going to read out. Most of them good though. Contracts and make the 145 title fight. Yeah, fuck it. Harrison's got to spearhead it though. Ezra, welcome, man. Good to have you back. Not the featherweight goat. Third is crazy. Third is crazy, Ezra. I'm glad you said it because we can start opening up the argument here. But I mean, third is a crazy take. I'm gonna be real, man. I'm gonna be real. I don't know how can you? Is that implying that Max Holloway is above him? Because there's no way. With the greatest respect to Holloway, yes, I know he beat Aldo, but that was Aldo out of his prime, and I want to hear otherwise. It was. Yes, he beat him twice, and they were good victories. Sure. I'm not having it though. I'm sorry. I'm not. Aldo's legacy is far clearer than Max Holloway's. It just is. Just no way. You could argue Volk is above him. Sure. I'm pretty happy to go back and forth on that. To be honest, I don't really know what the right answer is between those two. It's so close. I think if Volk defends one more time, I think there's no doubt in my mind. But at the moment, I can switch back and forth on those. But there is no way in hell you're having Max Holloway above Jose Aldo in your pound for pound rankings. Sorry, your featherweight rankings rather. No way. He's crazy. You can't put Holloway above him. You can't. Holloway beats Prime Aldo. I mean, maybe, but that's not what makes someone the GOAT, in my opinion. I think it's about resumes. It's what you do in the sport from when you join to when you leave. That's what matters. That's like saying, you know, hypothetically, if you had the guy who beat Islam Makhachev, that means he's better than Islam Makhachev. The guy who looks like Andre Pantoja, Martins or whatever his name was, he knocked out Makhachev on his debut and then did nothing for the rest of his career. That doesn't make him a better fighter than Makhachev. We're talking about legacies here. And Aldo's got the better one than Max Holloway. Jose Aldo's still great even after his prime. Yeah, sure. I agree, Giki. Sorry if I butchered that pronunciation. I totally agree. I mean, he hung at the top level. I think that Jonathan Martinez fight really, really surprised me. That's not something I expected at all. Not in the slightest. Ortega, Yair, Max equals number one. Plus, you know, the one I know he lost, but the fight against Makhachev, he proved everyone wrong in that. And then beating Diego Lopez. That win is going to age so well. I'll tell you that now. That win over Diego Lopez is going to age seriously well. And you got to add Chad Mendes in there as well. What a win that is. Chad Mendes has only got a few losses on his record. And he had Conor McGregor on skates in his prime. I bet you calm down with your insane takes. You're starting to get scary. I'm literally shaking. I'm sure, bro. Aldo got beat by the Zahabi who looks like that Rat Makai. Yeah, but he's old as hell, man. That's not. I don't think you can even use that argument at that point. Aldo's far out of his prime. Looks like Pantoja, bro. That was Pantoja. Yeah, it was. Bad example. Is it a bad example though? Yeah, I'm maybe using extremes to an extent, but that's the point I'm making. Is one fight doesn't define someone's career. If you have one guy knocking out another, it doesn't automatically make him better than that dude for all the end of time. Jose Aldo's legacy and resume is far, far better than Max Holloway's. Far better. And I love Max. I do, but I can't back that. If I was in a Tintin comic, there'd be wavy lines around my hands to show how afraid I am. That's a very creative description. I applaud you. I bet you love Lopez's haircut. No, weirdly, I don't. I think it looks pretty bad. I respect the confidence, though. That I can admire. I admire that he just doesn't give a fuck. He likes it. And he doesn't give a shit what people think, and I kind of respect that. Who wins in a fight, Chad? Who the fuck is that? If this is another bait name, I swear to God. He's an NFL player. Yeah, I don't know this dude. I'm not American, man. Aldo getting fried by Volk, Max and Conor just doesn't give him any stocks in my book. That's crazy. What do you mean? Especially with Volk doing so well at his age. I mean, yeah, but that's because Volk's a special breed. That's why I say you can absolutely make the argument that Volk's above him, because there's very few fighters who can do what he's done, especially at this age. So I give him full credit there. But you're acting like losing to Volk, Max, and Conor is a bad thing. Volk's lost to Topuria, Islam Makhachev, and is that it in the UFC? Off the top of my dome? I believe it is. I mean, that's my point. I mean, he nearly lost to Ortega. Like, we can say a lot of these things. Like, these guys are losing to an elite of the elite fighters. So I don't really think there's anything to be ashamed of, you know? When did Aldo lose to Max and Connor? Aldo lost to Max. I mean, how old was he? What? So it was 10 years ago he lost to... 10 years ago he lost to Connor. I argue that one is about a prime Aldo. I mean, that was... How old is Aldo now? 38? So he was 28. He was that young. Blimey hell. Yeah, he was 28. Yeah, it's prime Aldo. For sure. Prime Aldo. And then when did Aldo fight Max? Was it 2017, I want to say? Or 2018, maybe? When was it? Right, so he fought Max in 2017. So he was what? Yeah. So he was about 30 years old. But equally, with that in mind, his mileage was quite heavy. He had a lot of fights at a younger stage of his career, so he hit his prime. He definitely hit his prime earlier. So he's very much out of his prime against Max. Much more now, obviously. But I don't think, and even still, we're talking, yes, it might put it more in favor of Max because it's not a really out of his prime version of Aldo, sure. Doesn't put him above him. Who wins in a fight? I read that already. I don't know. Aldo had 7 title fight wins. How are you discrediting him? How am I? I am not. I'm assuming you're not talking about me because I'm not discrediting him. Don't care about his title fights when he fought Cans. I mean, he didn't fight Cans. You know, he's like, what are we talking about? He did not fight Cans at all. Kenny Florian, Chad Mendes, Frankie Edgar, Korean Zombie in his prime. Chad Mendes again. Uriah Faber in his prime. I mean, like, the thing is, people just like to write off his WEC days for no reason, despite the fact the lighter weight classes weren't properly in the UFC for years at that point. So it may as well have been in the UFC. It was the best regional, it was quite literally the best promotion in terms of standard and skill set that wasn't the UFC for the lightweight classes because they didn't have them in the UFC. So when they merged the WEC lightweight classes into the UFC. So they pretty much are the UFC. So I hate people that write those that off. And it's the same with Dominic Cruz. I don't understand it when people write off Dominic Cruz's legacy in the WEC. It's exactly the same thing. I mean, like, what are we doing here? Like, you're really going to sit here and say... You beat Frankie Edgar twice, can I just say, as well? You name bums. You're a casual if you think they're bums, bro. I'm going to be real with you. Are we saying a 30-year-old out of his prime? I mean, in the context of his mileage in the sport. That's my point. Yes, but by normal standards, he wasn't. Not like completely out of his prime, but starting to leave his prime is my point. And his mileage was quite heavy compared to a lot of MMA fighters since he started fighting so young professionally. Do you think Hill has a chance against Roundtree, or is he reaching that point in his career where he's completely washed? I think he needs to just improve his diet and his training. His physique is never great when he comes into fights. And maybe that's because he's too small for the division. I don't know. I don't think he is. I just think he needs to have a bit more discipline. I think he'll be fine. I think he's a skilled fighter. I don't think he'll win the belt back, but we'll see. Calling Mendes as a wild take? Yeah, I agree. Wins aren't as great as Max is. That you can make an argument, but I think Aldo's done more. He's just won more. More title defenses. In the UFC alone, he's got more title defenses. Has he not? And he was a 2-time champion, which Holloway never was. So, you know, how many times did he defend in the UFC alone? I mean, holy shit, yeah. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 title defenses in the UFC belt alone. That's not even including his WEC defenses. And he also won the UFC featherweight championship again. Like, come on. I mean, are we really... There's no debate here. I actually did. What the? I'm not pressing this button, man. I'm not pressing it. No way. No, I'm not pressing the button, man. I swear to you. Bro, how close? Like, oh, bro, I'm like, this is tripping. There's a ghost in my house or some shit. I did not mute that. I actually thought you were trolling. I thought you were trolling. I thought you were actually baiting me. Fair enough. Fuck's sake, man. Check general. All right, cool. What's up? I'm back in action. Good to see you, bro. Don't do something stupid and get yourself banned, man. All right? None of that. Fucking hell. There we go. Jesus Christ. Honestly, this has been a chaos. How has this happened? There is no way I'm telling you, look how... I don't know if you can see this. Let me get my camera up. You probably can't even see the button, right? It's just behind the little thing. You probably can't see, but it's really difficult to just press out right. So I don't know how I've done that. I don't know. Holloway's muting your mic for horrible takes. I mean, he's within his rights to do that. I disagree about it being a horrible take. I'm halfway trolling, halfway serious. I generally believe Aldo is overrated. I don't know how you can call him overrated, to be honest with you. Even if you want to entertain the idea, I just don't understand how you can say that with the amount of wins he had. I mean, the guy was undefeated for nearly 10 years. I mean, like, that's just insane. He was undefeated for nearly 10 years. And he was a champion. He didn't lose his belt. Because when he won the WC, he automatically got promoted to the UFC champion because they merged the divisions together. So, he was the champion for that long. I mean, like, it's just, what are we doing? Like, how can you call him overrated with that resume in mind? Yes, he fell off in the backstage of his career, but it's just because he got older, man. I mean, it's like, when he was 25-1 in 2014. That's quite a lot of fights. I mean, he made his MMA debut in 2004. That's crazy. That's 19 years ago. No, sorry, 21 years ago. 21 years ago, he made his MMA debut. That is insane. So I think it's harsh to call him overrated. Only time I ever trouble was when I was instructed to guard a medieval bridge. I don't get it. Dagestani's invited DC to come and pin them for longer than necessary. I'm sure how many times has DC been to Dagestan? I don't know. Against cans, they're not cans, bro. If you're calling Uriah Faber a can, that's just crazy work. I'm gonna be real. 8 people like that produce bad take, get fried, say I was trolling. Yeah, it's whatever. I'm happy to entertain all conversations. I mean, hey, we'll look at the title of the stream. I'm proposing the question. This is what this is about. What it's about, man. Aldo's a legend for sure, but you can only be better than the people you beat. That's not true. And as time goes on, the people get better, therefore wins mean more. However, Aldo is a marauder. That we agree on, man. I don't agree about you can only be better than the people you beat. As I said, goes back to the argument. The guy knocked out Makhachev does not mean he's better than Makhachev. He's not. He's not a better fighter than Makhachev because one fight doesn't determine your career. It doesn't determine your legacy. And Islam Makhachev is going to go down as a lightweight GOAT. That guy's going to go on and remembered just for that and nothing more. So... doesn't have the same longevity as Holloway and Volk, bro. It's relative. I think he does. I mean, how many fights has Max Holloway had? I don't think he's had as many as Jose Aldo has professionally. Could be wrong. So Aldo's had 42. Max has had 34. So 6 more fights. I don't know if Holloway's going to have 6 more fights. I'm going to be real with you. I don't think he is. Could be wrong. He is still younger than most, so maybe. But... I mean, I don't like. So what? This is part of the reason why Volk can hang at this level, even at this age, is because he started training quite late. He started training mixed martial arts later than usual, and he hasn't had a huge amount of fights in comparison. Right? So Volkanovski has had... how many fights has he had? He's had 31. So I take that back. He has had a lot more than I thought. Fucking hell. I mean, still. Having that many fights in that amount of time is pretty crazy. Shout out Volk, man. What a fucking G he is. What an absolute G. Take those poor little mittens off the microphone. Okay, crazy. Did I see Paddy saying Ilya's been gifted wins? I don't know if he said that. I disagree, to be honest. I mean, I understand why he's saying it. Listen, he's trying to ruffle some feathers, should I say. Rile up the masses, get people talking. He's playing the game. I don't think he even believes that. I don't think deep down he even hates Ilya. I mean, he's talked about it before, you know, when they had that sort of not handshake thing, but when they met when they were cornering at the one of the recent pay-per-views, I believe, they were cornering their respective fighters, and they met each other on stage and had a brief little moment, but it wasn't bad blood per se. They were respecting each other as professionals, and you can't fault that. I don't think deep down either of them hate each other. I don't think Ilya really hates anyone, because it's like, you know, he just believes in himself and he just backs his ability. That's why I respect Ilya, actually, to be honest with you, because he's one of the guys who says a lot of words, but fully with the intention of and transparency that it's only because he has that much self-belief in himself when others don't. So I don't fault him for that. Same with Paddy, really. Also, Adriano Martinez is not better than Marchev because of the added content. What do you mean added content? Yeah, that's my point. But you said, if someone, I didn't say, Dot said, I know you're replying here. I'm not saying just because someone gets a win over someone, they are much better than them. I'm saying that the people in the modern era mean more because they've become better. I get what you're saying. I actually think that's a fair argument. I to an extent, I actually agree. But there's like a line when Aldo's resume and general longevity and the amount of title defenses he's had is so far ahead of Max Holloway's. I think that outweighs it. I really think it outweighs it. Yes, I think the argument is fair that Holloway's, the people he's fought and the people he's beaten are probably better on average. I actually would agree on that. But I would say overall, when you look at each guy's careers, and you know, if Max was to retire right now at the same time, Holloway, yeah, Aldo would be above him. Could change. You know, Max has still got time. And MMA is a fucking mental sport, so we never know. Aldo is so good. You think he thinks he could beat Alex? I don't think he beats Alex Pereira, no. But do you think he beats? Or do you think he thinks I don't even know. Would you rather get in a car with John Jones or a motorcycle ride with Ngannou? Wow, that is a crazy statement. I'd probably go with Ngannou, just because one is not a despicable human and the other one is. Just based off of that alone, like, you know, regardless of what has happened with Ngannou recently, I think it's pretty well known that that was an accident, and it's a tragic one, but it is an accident nonetheless. That's the best would you rather ever. Which one? Oh, that one. Yeah. Yeah, that is pretty rogue. I've heard worse, but Batista is better than Aldo because he beat him. Yeah, okay, I know you're trolling. Horrendous rage bait, but here we are. You know, that's not even rage bait. You're just trolling, bro. I'm not even going to rise to that. Jones getting cooked. Yes, rightfully. I don't understand. I think MMA Guru, as much as I'm a huge fan of the guy, he made a lot of great points. I mean, like, what are we talking about here with, you know, he was saying how to be the double standards around Jones being able to do what he wants and hold up divisions whilst other guys are forced to vacate. Like, good example of Edwards back in the day. He got his ranking removed because no one else would fight Chimaev, and they gave him Chimaev, who was unranked at the time, and they wanted to basically feed Leon to the dogs. And he accepted that fight, can I just say? So, big balls on him. But, like, Max is only, like, 2 wins away from a title shot. I know. And listen, if he beats Poirier, that's a good win from him. No, I'm not muted. I'm not. Get out, man. Not happening. Not muted. You know, I'm not even falling for that shit. I don't even need to turn my volume up on my playback to hear myself speak because I know I'm not muted. So, let's not play this game. We don't need to do this. I'm familiar with your game, all right? So much so that I thought you were baiting me last time, even though you actually weren't. So there you go. In a lot of ways, you technically did get me. So you've already won. All right, leave it out. You've already won. Sweet. Okay, we're cool. Sorry. Oli doesn't know. Shut up, man. I know I'm not new. I know I'm not muted. It's like, I hate when people use the argument that Conor KO's Aldo and says he's a bad fighter. Well, Aldo's a bad fighter? Yeah, it's the only people saying that are extreme casuals who don't know anything other than Conor. That's the only people who say that. Anyone who has Conor in their GOAT list is the clear sign that they know nothing about MMA. Absolutely nothing. If anyone has Conor in their all-time lists, they are on just ultimate fraud watch. Permanent fraud watch. They are. And you can safely discard their opinion forevermore. It's actually quite nice in a way. It's an easy way to just weed out, the idiots. So, not that difficult. Making them all make speak on. Yeah, he's a good dude, man. I had a good call with him yesterday. Or it was yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. But we had a chat on Discord actually, just shooting the shit. So it was nice. Conor's my top 100. I mean, sure. There's a lot of fighters who could fit in the top 100. Greatest rematch of all time, Conor versus Bus. I would go with Jones versus the Police. That would probably be my rematch of choice. Or Jones versus the Courtroom, actually. I think that's better. I think that's better. I'm not even chanting that. That guy's such a rat, man. Honestly. Double standards towards him as well. What a little bum he is, honestly. Honestly, despicable individual. Despicable. So I'm just trying to shuffle my music. If you don't know, guys, you got to be bumping Masayoshi Takanaka on Spotify. The GOAT. The GOAT. If you want to just chill out, kick back, that's the guy. Just makes the chillest shit ever. You want to imagine song music that plays when you're by the beach drinking a pina colada, non-alcoholic in my case. That would be the guy. That would be the music. That would be my soundtrack. I'd be listening to for sure. Khabib versus Tiramisu. Khabib. I like Tony, but there's no fucking beating around the bush. He would get rolled by Khabib. And you could talk about whichever fight time when it was actually scheduled. I don't care. I don't care. You can say Prime Ferguson. Khabib would still whoop his ass. I'm sorry. I'm not singing the Jose chant. I'm not doing it. Mainly because I would butcher an Irish accent, but here we are. So no way. I tried listening to your favorite album and I hated it. We definitely have different tastes. Oh, really? You didn't like it? I can understand. It's not for every. I mean, it just innately isn't for everyone. Otherwise, it would probably be popular. Well, you talking about this one in the back, yeah? You talking about that one? My finger can point the right way. I mean, listen, I understand why you wouldn't like it. It's different. I just like the storytelling behind it. It's not for everyone, but I think so. The best cuts on that track are just on the album. Sorry, are just fucking. It's not a perfect album, and I don't think anything is, but it's just my personal favorite. Partially just to the time when I was listening to it. I think that's the difference. When it goes for any piece of art or anything creative really, and that stems to MMA as well. Like a specific fighter or thing, event, time, it can all resonate with you at a certain period of what's going on in your life and gives you an extra bit of attachment to it. And that's the same with me with that album. It just it just hit at the right time and when I needed it. So there's a certain level of extra attachment to it. But I mean, listen, you'd probably like his newer stuff. To be fair, it's a bit more accessible. If you're into his other stuff, you'd probably like it more. Because that album is really like it's a concept thing, really. It's not meant to be. It's not trying to be something super listenable, if that makes any sense. Listenable, but not not trying to be generic in any sense of the word. I'll put it that way. Khabib versus Usman. Khabib, and I like Usman. Are you talking about, I'm assuming you're talking prime for prime, Chitwan. I'm gonna go Usman. Do I generally believe Aldo has better quality wins than Max? I said on the whole, no. I said resume wise, I think Max's is probably better, but Aldo's done more in the sport. And that outweighs it. He's just done more, had more title defenses. That's the reality. But I would agree, on average, I think Max has probably got better wins. If you compare them, I mean, sure. They've both got great resumes. I'm not disputing either of those facts. I mean, you seem to disagree with that. I think Max Holloway's resume is pretty good as well, but it's not. I mean, beating Gaethje and Arnold Allen are very great wins. Yair Rodriguez is a great win. Calvin Cates is all right. Frankie Edgar, he was out of his prime at that point, so I'm not really going to count it too much. Pettis out of his prime. It's not a bad. It's a good win. It's a former champ. Again, technically out of his prime, Charles Oliveira, because he hadn't hit his strides yet, but still a good win, even though it was a bit of an injury freak accident. And then the rest aren't anything to write home about, to be honest with you. So I mean, Cub Swanson's in there, which is a good one. I mean, you can say Cub Swanson and Ricardo Lamas, but Aldo beat both of them too. So I don't. They are, negated. Same with the Jeremy Stevens win. 3 of those guys you can completely write out because Aldo's beat them too. So I when you take those out of the equation, I think they're pretty similar resumes. Also, Kanye West's new song. Well, I'm definitely not going to play it out loud. I'll put it that way. I'm definitely saying no to that. Aldo beat both of them. The Max goes on to beat Aldo twice. Listen, that's the argument I get you're making, but I just think Aldo's done more in the sport. Aldo Conor rematch. Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Put them in a boxing ring. Is that crazy? Long I don't count the Charles win the same way. That's fair. Yeah, I can. Well, you don't count Hamzat's win. Why don't you count Hamzat's win over Whitaker? And I wish more than anything that Robert Whitaker beat Hamzat Chimaev, but he didn't. He lost fair and square. What do you mean? React to content? No, we're not doing that. I definitely don't like the new Kanye song. I know you're trying to bait me. I'm not even gonna... Well, like, what do you want me to say to that? Yes, I do like that he's being a raging Nazi. Like, what I'm supposed to support that. What do you want me to say? Weight Colossus was a freak accident, dude. Was it? Didn't he crush his jaw? He crushed his jaw with the choke? Yeah, and who deleted his jaw, bro? Who deleted his jaw? I don't think it's a freak accident at all. He was anyway. Be real, man. I feel like you're baiting me here. He was grinding him down for the whole round, and he was this close to choking him out, regardless of whether his jaw smashed itself. You know why his teeth got mangled up? It's because Chimaev was squeezing the shit out of him. You do a thing where you rate our UFC 5 KOs? I'd do that. That's cool. I'd do that. I haven't played in a little while, so I feel like I get whooped in online. I think the highest division I got to was 16, which isn't bad, right? I don't know how good that is, but... What celebrity had the quickest fall from grace? There's one right answer. I won't say Kanye because it's just been a long and slow, painful fall. So I don't know. Someone who probably got outed as a nonce or something. I don't know. Who would you pick? Are we act like that's a realistic way of winning every time? I mean, he forced the injury. I mean, it's a very realistic way of winning. It's what would have happened to Conor McGregor if he didn't tap to Khabib. It was a face crank. It's a perfectly legit win. Like, I don't know I don't understand, man. I don't understand the argument you're making. It's a perfectly legit win. Yeah, with the same division. I mean, I don't know about that. I was 16. I was probably about 14, 15 on average now. I'm not sure. Check stream reacts. Let's do it. Let me get this. I should be able to switch this over for you guys. You got some KOs. We'll get these up. Let me see if I can get this working. Hang on. You can see that, right? Can you hear me is the question. You can. Again, I don't know why my camera's not showing up, but let's watch these. This is Tarexy whooping Ali right here. I rate the DC alter ego though. Respect for that. Oh man, how are you falling for the? Oh, that's classic, bro. Let's have a look at this one. Michael Morales against RDA. Is it RDA or Burns? Gilbert Burns. Culture pick. Oh! Bro, no, that one's vile, man. That is I got to watch that one back. Oh, dearie me. That is, oof, mate. Aldo, I'm sorry, bro. Oh, no. I'm scared. There we go. With the greatest respect, bro, you got rinsed, man. Do I support Israel Palestine? I don't support either in the sense that, you know, I don't agree the fact there's a genocide. That's my line. I don't think there should be a two-state solution and there shouldn't be a genocide. That's my opinion. If either of those things are possible, I don't know. But in this world we live in, it's fucked up. But that's bottom line on that whole topic, which is extremely fucking convoluted and everything going around with it. I don't support a genocide that's going on, and I support a two-state solution. There you go. That is all. Kobe had the quickest fall from grace. His fall literally couldn't. Well, he didn't fall. He crashed and burned. If you take Volk out of the equation, Holloway goes on to have similar title defenses to Aldo. Wait, why would you take Volk out of the equation though? I don't understand. I think Volk gapping max that hard is probably what makes you believe Aldo is clear. No, it isn't. Again, I'm one of the opinion that Aldo is the GOAT personally, but it's very back and forth from my opinions towards that. Do you wear wigs? No, I do not. I'm familiar with your game, Schwert, bro. I fucking love that video. I love Elijah Wood and I love Lord of the Rings. And I love that video. And Dominic Monaghan. Did it feel like it was a reliable win when I learned I saw something? I mean... Oh, are you talking about the Hamzat fight? I mean... I disagree. I fundamentally disagree with that one. Will you enjoy... I'm not... That's a Conor McGregor accent. I ain't going to read it out. I'll play at some point. Yeah, clip your KOs, man. I'd love to react to those. Have you worn Vigs? Is it... Does he say maybe? Yeah, maybe. No. No, will you wear Vigs? That's it. I can't remember. What does he say the second time around? I can't remember. Him getting wins in the Triassic period. Okay, cool. Great. You're exaggerating it. Exaggerating it? Bro. How have I just said that as a word? Exaggerating it. As someone living in the UK, do you think it is Islamized or is that just fucking bullshit, bro? The only people who believe that are people who've just been whipped up by propaganda and just Twitter. I'm gonna be real. You have these fear-mongering accounts that don't even live in the UK, that are from fucking somewhere in Asia, in like Singapore or some shit, just trying to generate traffic and hate. You know, they've never stepped foot in the UK. They have never lived here at all. Anyone who says that is an absolute clown. I'm sorry, it's just bullshit. But we're not gonna get into that. Not gonna get into that to round off the stream. So a video of a teacher dressed as Gandalf telling students you should not pass when they failed. That is valid. Benville, you there, Vix. I can't do the screen that high. I'm not gonna pretend I can, and I will not try. The dolphin. Did you hear about the dolphin flipper? Fucking oh man, I fucking love that shit. Back to Future 2 or 3? 2. Fun fact. Oh, can I show this without getting copyright claimed? Yeah, I'm gonna fucking do it. Hang on a minute. I'm gonna show you this is gonna blow your mind. Just to honestly, if I can play this without getting copyright claims, I'm gonna send it anyway. Okay, let me just see if this works. Tell you guys, it's gonna blow your mind. If I get this up, there we go. Right, this is Back to the Future 2. Right, where does this play? Hang on. Right, here we go. Right. I'm telling you right now. Where does this scream sound familiar? What is that? You hear that scream? What is that scream right there? I'll play it again, and then I'll play the next bit. Tell me. There you go. Back to the Future Part 2 is solely responsible for COD Zombies. There you go. Fun fact for you. That's why it's better than Part 3. Pinch and Anderson Silva, go in his prime. Should overstayed his welcome. Shouldn't have stayed on when he didn't need to. But arguably one of the best ever. I mean, not arguably. He is one of the best ever. It's not a debate. One is the best, I agree. When do you think Michelle Perez is going to get a bicycle kick KO? I mean, he got all his fun tactics coached out of him, so I'm not going to say ever, really. It's a shame, really. He's now so boring to watch. Politics is so stupid. Just a bunch of rich geezers arguing, trying to start drama. No, it's not stupid. Politics is important. You are wrong. I mean, sorry, you are right about the second part. But that's exactly why we need to do something about it. That's why it's important to be educated on these topics. And, use your vote. Because it matters, Found 3 more KOs. Check stream reacts. Wow, you're really doing this, aren't you? Holy shit. This is crazy. All right, let's have a look. Is this just Ali getting what both? Ali, do you have any of you winning here?
Get right here.
Nice. I like that Superman punch.
Wow, what a head kick.
Bro, why are you going for the jumping switch kick? No, you see it. No, honestly, you're asking for that, bro. You're asking for that. Jumping switch kick's like the worst move in the game. Ali Chandler, what we got here?
If you're the bottom fighter, DC, what do? You
Nice.
got to move. You got to
Defense, I like this.
Get off on a hip. Oh my goodness. That will do it.
How are you getting folded against the fence, bro? That's crazy.
3 minutes now to go.
My last one. What the fuck is that?
Back
Is
to
that
his
Chuck Liddell? Liddell against that Rampage?
So
Yeah, it
pretty
is.
good recovery. Oh, he's hurt.
Nice. Oh, man. This is not good for you, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, nah. It's not. This ain't good, bro.
Beautiful knee.
Oh!
Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Redemption. Oh, my God. Holy shit.
Oh, this could do it.
Oh!
That'll do
I mean, respect. Why are you going for a body kick there? You're... Mate, you deserve that. You deserve that. Why are you going for a body kick there? I mean, really, what are we doing? Best regards from Iceland. Nice, man. I was there. I don't know if you were in the stream a while ago. I was in Iceland back in, when was it? I want to say November. No, it wasn't that long ago. Maybe it was. I don't know. I don't even remember now. I can check. I was there a few months ago. It was fucking beautiful. I loved it. It's one of my favorite places ever. Beautiful place. I'd always wanted to go, so that's cool. Google the Cod Wars. What is that? Is that a war of a fish or the game? I'm assuming it was about fishing. It was. So that was the whole Iceland debacle. Damn. That's pretty crazy. Back to Iceland. I said, Jiggy, I love Anderson Silva. In his prime, the GOAT. Had the longest title reign in UFC history. Can't argue it. Maybe not the GOAT now, or I will compare on Mount. He's definitely on Mount Rushmore though. Not taking this disrespectfully. If you do UFC 5 stream, I'll whoop you. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I like to think I'm alright at the game. If you let me play as Volkanovski, it's over, bro. I mean, I'm winning. I don't like playing heavyweights though. I don't understand what you're playing. The heavyweight classes suck to play, man. They fucking suck. I'll be real. They're just so much not as fun. Respectfully, I could be a brony. Damn, I forgot that term even existed. Did they even exist anymore? That's like from like the late 2000s. I'm gonna be real. No one seriously is. That's not a thing anymore, right? Is that still a thing? I don't know. Great mustache, bro. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Could be a little bit thicker, but you know what? I keep it short. I want to grow out the beard, but I also don't. Every time I think about doing it, bro, I hate the homeless feeling. I feel homeless, and I cannot be asked to get through all of that. So. Met Lily, bro, get destroyed. Yeah, he's OP though. Ilya Tapori is broken in that game. Do I have a fursuit? Thankfully not. Grow the beard? No, I don't know if it would work. I could, but I. Bother. I think Morales shapes up against the welterweight division. Very good, man. I predicted a first round finish actually. I didn't do it on stream per se, but I had jiu-jitsu on. I had Nogi on Friday, and I was just talking to a couple of the guys coming out, and I just said first round finish. Michael Morales will finish him in the first, and that's exactly what happened. I knew he'd steamroll through Burns. He ain't got the durability or the chin anymore. I was gonna make a video, but I haven't watched enough film to make a video to be happy with. It's also difficult to get footage of him you can actually use because he hasn't been in much promo stuff. But I think he stacks up very nicely. I think he's always been a problem. He hasn't fought in a little while, right? That was his first fight in quite a while, right? Well, let me check. I mean, because he was meant to fight Gilbert at 315. I mean, yeah, that was his first fight since August 2024, so it'd been a long time. But yeah, I mean, I always thought he was a problem. Like when he beat Jake Matthews that like dominantly, and when he knocked out Trevin Giles as well, like yeah, I mean, he was always going to be a problem. It's just he's got that really tall, lanky build, but he has a lot of power as well. It's a very dangerous combination that not a lot of fighters in that division have. Apologies. So I think he'd be a really good problem. He's got a really good finishing instinct. That's the difference between him and a lot of guys in that weight class, and really the whole roster. Not a lot of people have that finishing instinct and the intelligence to go for it when it's the right time. He absolutely does. And that's why he's been so successful. Grow the beard? I might do. I don't know. Tapora Charles' opinion. Tapora rolls him in the first. You want to see the video? Oh, maybe. I don't know. I just hate feeling like shit when I grow it out. I just like feeling clean shaven. So top 5 goats in the UFC. DJ. I mean, I'll give you the rough Mount Rushmore, even though isn't Rushmore 4, not 5. I'll give you 5. DC. My brain is frying. DC, GSP, John Jones. John Jones isn't number 1 though because of the cheating. John Jones, Anderson Silva, and probably Jose Aldo. Probably Jose Aldo. That would be my top 5, I think. I think that's the Mount Rushmore with an extra one on top. Wait, dude, moving was a bit weird for me. Are you talking about Michael? I don't know. A bit low output, reminded me of Muay Thai fighting nerd for a minute. I get what you're saying. He's just talented, man. I mean, you don't get that record without being fucking great at MMA. But obviously, the argument is whether he really stacks up against the prime elite of the division. Because with respect to Gilbert Burns, he's a dog. And in his prime, was one of the best. He was probably one of the best fighters to not win a belt. But he's not that anymore. And we have to be honest about that. We have to be truthful and real about it. That Burns is not the same fighter he was. And that's fair. A lot of these guys go through these fights where they have to fight an aging veteran who's past his prime. Just how it is. I think Michael Morales will go and prove everyone wrong who isn't believing in him. Honestly, I think there's a good chance he wins the belt. But welterweight right now is stacked to the brim. I want to see him against a really, really cerebral wrestler particularly. Like Brady would be a tough fight for him, I think. Jones versus Reyes would be a good fight. I love that rematch, but there's nothing else but Aspinall for me, my man. Gonna knock my top 5? No. What's up? Exclamation mark. What is it? Before I leave, what? What? Yes, I did see Paul Craig's opponent pull out due to herpes. I agree. McGregor or Aldo every time. Kevin, I don't know how you can back that, man. I don't know how you can say it. John Jones above Anderson Silva. I mean, is that that big of a deal? To be honest, I don't think that's that crazy. Fair general. What are you sending the GIF? I don't understand. What, the Aldo GIF? I mean, Astro put that in there. Look at the clock 3 minutes. Okay. But are we just debating that Aldo isn't that? Okay. Cool. Ian Gary may beat Morales. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I still don't understand what people think Gary's bad. Like, what are we talking about? Ian Gary is one of the best in the division. Scroll. I have scrolled. Where am I supposed to be looking? In general, yeah. All I see is 2 gifts at the bottom. In general, yeah. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. I don't see nothing else, Mo. Okay. Where we go? I've lost the stream chat. Okay. About the emoji. Bro, where? Am I tripping out, man? Like, what? Oh. What is that? Oh, shit. You put the fucking... I didn't even see that yet. No, good emote. Good emote. My bad. Anderson Silva was the best UFC fighter, my idol. His skill... I can understand that. I mean, he pioneered an era, really, didn't he? I mean, you know, he really just completely revolutionized the whole striking department within MMA. He showed what striking could be as an art form in mixed martial arts. And for that, of course, he deserves respect. On top of his resume being incredible. Gary's a bad, he's just hateable. That is fair enough. That's a perfectly fine argument. I respectfully disagree, George. How much years you already watch UFC? I started watching seriously in 2018. You know, I was watching, the Conor McGregor fights here and there before that, but 2018 was when I started really getting into the sport. So, what is that now? 7 years. 7 years now. 2018, late 2018, early 2019, really. So, about then. That was when I really started getting in. I think I just remember watching, what was it? DC Stipe. That was a kind of a big one. That whole trilogy was really big for me. AVM, wrap it up. Yeah, man. I will. Couple more. I can Buckley for president and also welterweight champion. I like, honestly, he's done a full U-turn for me. I'm a big fan of the guy. I like Buckley a lot. Big respect to the dude. He's played the game beautifully and fight in and out of the cage. He knows what to do. So he gains my full respect for that. But I'm gonna have to love you and leave you guys. I appreciate, as Astro says, he's not wrong. It is my time. I'm gonna get some more editing done for the Eras video next week. Big fucking video. I hope you guys like it. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a good one. Have a good morning, night, afternoon, evening, wherever you are at in the world. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Water is important. Dustin Poirier would say it best. And I will see you pretty soon. Have a good one, people.